Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Tombstone Tourist. This week I've traveled to Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, a small college town of about 5,200 people. Lewisburg is located in central Pennsylvania and is home to Bucknell University. It's also home to the Lewisburg Federal Prison, which is located just a few miles outside of town. The prison has housed such notable inmates as Whitey Bulger, John Gotti, and Jimmy Hoffa. Located in downtown Lewisburg and adjacent to Bucknell University is the Lewisburg Cemetery. This historic cemetery dates back to about 1848 and is the final resting place of about 13,000 individuals. Today, the cemetery is one of several contributing sites that make up the Lewisburg National Historic District. Today, I'm here to visit the final resting place of a baseball Hall of Famer, but not just any Hall of Famer. I'm going to be visiting the grave of a man that was a member of the Hall of Fame's inaugural class. Here, we have the grave of the great Christy Mathewson. Christy Mathewson was born on August 12, 1880 in Factoryville, Pennsylvania, where he attended Keystone Academy. In 1895, at the age of 14, Christy got his first taste of professional baseball when he pitched for the Factoryville Club baseball team. During a game against a rival team in Mill City, Pennsylvania, it was Christy's hitting rather than his pitching that everybody took note of. Some thought that Christy was going to be a better hitter than he was a pitcher. Christy first came to Lewisburg to attend Bucknell University, where he served as the president of his class. He was also a three-sport star at Bucknell, playing football, baseball, and basketball. While playing baseball for the university, Christy also played for a couple of minor league teams in Honesdale and Meridian, Pennsylvania. In the late 1890s, while still attending Bucknell, Christy continued to play minor league baseball, pitching for teams in the New England League, where he compiled a record of 2-13, which was nothing to write home about. However, the next year, he turned things around, amassing a record of 20-2 while pitching for the Virginia Phenoms of the Virginia League. In July of 1900, Christy's minor league contract was purchased by the New York Giants. Christy appeared in just 6 games that year and did nothing to impress the Giants executives. But after that first year, he turned things around, and over the next few years, he established himself as one of the game's top pitchers, along with being a pretty good hitter. In 1905, Christy led the Giants to the National League pennant and faced off against the Philadelphia Athletics in the World Series. This was Christy Mathewson's World Series. Christy started Game 1 and pitched a 4-hit shutout. The Giants lost Game 2, but 3 days later, after that Game 1 start, Christy started Game 3 and pitched another 4-hit shutout. Then, 2 days later in Game 5, Christy pitched another 6-hit shutout. This captured the 1905 World Series for the Giants. In a span of only 6 days, Christy had pitched 3 complete games, all shutouts, while only allowing 14 hits. For the next 13 years, Christy remained baseball's premier pitcher. Then in 1918, Christy joined the United States Army, serving as a captain in the Chemical Warfare Service during World War I, alongside another Hall of Famer, Ty Cobb. In February of 1919, Christy was discharged and returned to the United States. But shortly after returning home, Christy was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Many think that the disease was caused by, or at least accelerated by, his work with chemical weapons during the military service. Christy battled the disease, and from 1919 until 1921 he served as a coach for the Giants. But his health continued to deteriorate, and he was eventually forced to move to a sanitarium at Saranac Lake, New York. There, his health continued to go downhill, and on October 7, 1925, Christy Mathewson passed away from the complications of tuberculosis. He was only 45 years old. In a career that stretched from 1900 to 1916, Christy amassed a record of 373 wins and 188 losses, with 2 no-hitters. He struck out 2,502 batters and had a career ERA of 2.13. From 1916 until 1918, he also managed the Cincinnati Reds. His record as a manager was 164 wins and 176 losses. Many people regard Christy's pitching performance in that 1905 World Series as the greatest of all time. I must say, I tend to agree. In 1936, Christy Mathewson was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. He joined Walter Johnson, Honus Wagner, Babe Ruth, and Ty Cobb as members of the Hall of Fame's inaugural class. In 1986, the Giants, now in San Francisco, retired a jersey in his honor. Since uniform numbers were not used during Christy's playing career, the retired jersey contains only the letters NY. Christy is resting here in the Lewisburg Cemetery with his wife Jane, who lived another 42 years after Christy's death. Their son, Christopher Jr., is also resting here. He served as a colonel in the United States Air Force and died in a gas explosion at his home near Houston, Texas in 1950. Well, I'm going to end this video here at the grave of the great Christy Mathewson in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. If you're a baseball fan, who's your favorite player? Do you have a favorite baseball memory? My favorite player was Pee Wee Reese. Not because I got to see him play, but because I got to meet him a couple times. And he was one of the kindest and most humble people I've ever met. And I guess my favorite baseball memory is Kirk Gibson's home run in Game 1 of the 1988 World Series. How about sharing your memories with us in the comments? I also want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos and for supporting my channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really means a lot. Now, until next time, please remember, life is a wonderful journey. Be sure to take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everybody.